Thank you all for coming today. Welcome to The Pillars. We are a community-led space aimed at supporting protocols and educating our investors through intelligent, meaningful conversation. Here we ask tough questions you all want answered. Now, let me introduce to you. We got the guys here from CobraX Mining Club. As you can see, these I've been for the recording. Unfortunately, you guys are missing out. But here up on stage, we got some good-looking guys. We have the founder, Rube, called Peltsky.
Hello.
Peltsy,
Nice.
sorry.
Peltsy, yeah.
Peltsy, sorry. Then we have Vilat, the digital ninja here, who's the community manager, and also Aaron, also a community manager. The guys are up here today to talk about CobraX Mining. And this is a project, of course, as you can tell, all centered around mining. But what we're going to mine here is Bitcoin. So what they can boast is a very, very low electric rate of $0.039 per kilowatt hour. And how it works is you're purchasing an NFT. An NFT is reflected as 10 terahash per second at 230 watts. If you got those details, just throw them into a Bitcoin mining calculator and you can make the calculations yourself, how much that's yielding you. So we got all the details here. Currently, the mint is going to start on December 8th, which is already for me today. For the half of the world, it's not there, but there are 50 whitelist spots. Are the whitelist spots already gone, or are they still available?
I think there is maybe 20 spots left.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 spots left.
And for the whitelist, if you have a whitelist, you get the NFT for $330, and just in the pre-sale, you get them for $360. What's interesting, on my first side, what I thought was interesting before I pass the microphone off to Mad Hatter, is that at the end of there is some kind of a built-in end, or let's say phases. I think that's a better word to use, where the miners at a certain point are getting basically flipped, and you as a holder of the NFT also get exposure to those sales. I think that's an interesting thing. As they also say, I think about transparency, that they cannot promise indefinite mining. So I personally like that. But yeah, I think I'm going to pass it off to Mr. Mad Hatter to ask the lovely questions. And to the people listening right now, as you know, the community questions channel is open. Ask away. There you can also see the link to the CobraX Mining Discord server. Make sure you join them and say hi. And then also, of course, we got a $25 giveaway happening at some point when Mad Hatter stops me under the table to run it. Anyways, I hope everyone enjoys, and I'm off my soapbox. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, David. Gentlemen, lovely to have you in.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting us.
Pleasure, an absolute pleasure. Should we start with a little bit of a background on you guys? Let's go left to right for me. So Peltsy, let's start with you. I know you're a gamer, so perhaps you can give a bit of a background in terms of your gaming and how you found yourself in Bitcoin mining.
Yeah, I have been actually gaming my whole life, and at some point it went a little bit seriously more. I was competing pretty high level PUBG, but if anyone know PUBG, but at some point, if I remember right, it was 2 years ago, I stopped playing basically, and I found the crypto world, and I got basically yeah.
Right.
I was in the deep hole after finding the crypto world, and I'm working my whole life selling everything, so as well as sales, everything. And basically, like you heard me. I'm from Finland. We have a really nice English. Yeah. So my background is basically I have been gaming my whole life, pretty compete level,
Right.
and as salesman. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. And don't worry about your English. It's far better than my Finnish. So you don't need to worry about that. Ninja, tell me a little bit about you.
Yeah. So I'm Danish in background, as I mentioned. I've been interested in the blockchain space for, I think, 5-6 years, but started to dive more into it the last couple of years. Now we are so fortunate in Denmark. We have an elaborate tax system, so it's no fun ready to play with the DeFi and all of that. But Bitcoin mining, you can say, is a more safe way. You know exactly how to do that tax-wise. So, so that's one of the reasons for going into Bitcoin mining. One of the reasons actually for Ruben and me to discussing doing this mining opportunity at all actually is that we came from another mining project which serves as the governing body of the background. So everything here in getting the sites and set up and building miners and all of that. We were down there, saw that that operation. So that's really the background for starting this, as we got acquainted with the guys, and they offered us to build our own kind of a gig and get that going. So that, yeah,
Great.
and yeah, so this is kind of why, of course, for me, combined everything, tax, having been there, seeing the site, seeing how it's running, how we actually even see payout from that operation after 1 month after we started. So it's really possible to get everything going and convincing in a way. So that's really for us. We want to share that that journey with everyone else.
Right. Great. Thank you very much. Aaron, talk to me.
Hey, y'all. Hey, yeah. So I think I got into crypto about 2019, 20, and probably I consider myself a student of Badgerland, right? He's the one that kind of introduced me to the mining realm. So you know, I started with altcoins, and now I'm kind of like, you know, strictly Bitcoin. So, but still just keeping up with the space. Love these different projects, and yeah, that's my background.
Great, and a fantastic name, of course. I'm glad you mentioned that there's a company that sits behind this, that you guys are obviously drawing some expertise from, knowledge from, and you're able to lean on when it comes to any kind of questions with Bitcoin mining. One of the things that stood out to me when reading your light paper is that there was a lot of similarities with a company, a Bitcoin mining company called Minopoly. So I'm guessing the team that sits behind that and others
Yes.
are the team that are sitting behind you guys, right?
Yeah, got that
Great.
right.
Yeah.
So talk to me about CobraX Mining. Talk to me, give me the bird's eye view of what it is that you guys are doing, what it is you guys are offering.
Right. Yeah, so in a way, it's a lot like what has happened in the DeFi space the past half to 1 year, where Bitcoin mining suddenly became a thing. A lot of companies did that through also NFTs, which some technicalities on being allowed to have a community, which is why actually it's run as NFT projects, and that's why we're doing that too. Whereas if it's just a protocol, you can be prone to to do some explanation to SEC and other governing bodies. So that's one of the reasons for doing that. One way we differentiate from most other projects, in my understanding, is we have a if not the highest, at least among the very high end of the actual payout of Bitcoin rewards. So that's a combination of low power cost, which is so low it's sustainable also after the halving, which many of the operations that came into to show 1 year ago above 7 cents, it's really not sustainable after the halving. So anyway, we have the power cost, which is of course a significant part of the cost, and then other than that, actually there's not a lot of cost to this project. So there's a little setup cost, of course, getting the build, acquiring the miners, but comparing everything, of course, over the cost of time, the highest cost is the power, and this is where it's really competitive to have this low cost.
Right.
The
How
other
is it,
part of the other
to interject for a second, how is it you guys get such low power costings? What's the contributing factor to that?
Yes, excellent question. So A6C, which is the company behind Monopoly, is one of 2 companies that are legally allowed to mine on the farming sites in Dubai.
Right.
And so that's where they have a guaranteed low power rate, and they need to have a government approval. So we are getting that approval through A6C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And there they run through the official power grid in Dubai, which is a combination of the natural gas they have and nuclear, and also a lot of sun farms they have in the same area. So the good part here is that we can also claim to be sustainable in the power choice.
Right. Great, which is a good claim. I mean, everybody wants sustainable Bitcoin.
But what really differentiates us from most other projects is that actually when we as a community think it's time to actually liquidate the miners, most of the liquidation value goes back to holders, and so that's roughly 80%. It will depend a little on what the cost will be to liquidate the miners. But everything goes back to the holders. So this is a major thing, and the reason actually for sharing a link to a calculator and not the one you shared is simply here it takes the NFT cost into account. It takes the liquidation fee into account, and you don't need to worry about the power cost, because in principle you can say what it is for everything that's mined, that there's a treasure being built for replacing parts that needs to be replaced and so on, for fees and all of that. There's a few percent. I don't. Is it 20% and 5%, Roop, or is it?
What do you mean?
I don't recall.
You mean
the fee for
5% for the project treasury and 20% for development marketing and
exactly.
Yeah. Is that what you mean?
Yes, exactly. So from everything we mine, you get 75% directly, and then also the liquidation. So that's a huge part of it, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
What can be estimated?
Can I add on my 5 cents first?
Yes, of course you can add 10 cents if you like.
Yeah. So currently terahash price is something about $14-15 per terahash, and it was at the top of the bull run. It was $110 per terahash. So let's say if you now buy in, so there is a really good opportunity to sell the miners at 10K. So minus 20%, you could take 8K. So you automatically basically almost double you double your money, your initial investment with that miner sales, and you also got all the Bitcoin, you know.
Right.
So
yeah, so you're going to be mining Bitcoin, and you're going to be able to benefit from the fact that you guys have been transparent. You can't mine forever. You are going to flip these miners, but you're passing the profit that you're getting from that. A lot of that profit is going to go back to the people who own these NFTs. So let's talk about the NFTs. The people listening and anybody that might catch a recording of this is going to want to know, how do we get in? What does it cost us? What are the benefits of getting in from tomorrow onwards?
Do you want to take, Aaron?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna provide a link to Nifty NFT tomorrow, right, for minting, and it's on the Polygon chain. They're going to be 330 a piece, right? We've been watching miner prices really closely over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, with the price of Bitcoin goes up, miner prices follow right behind. So that's the point we need to be at, and there's absolutely no profit in that for us, right? We are getting these first set of machines up very quickly, and that's the key to all this, right? So we are with our rate, with the guys we're working with at A6Z over there, we're going to have them up, racked, ready to go. We don't want to make any promises and say mid-January, but we're going to be damn close, and people, you're going to be having proof, right? We really are at that kind of rate, and the machines we're putting online, the S19K Pros, it's perfect. It really is. It's like the perfect. You're ready for the perfect storm.
Right. So you guys are wanting to move pretty quick.
I actually ordered today 20 miners. So I basically secured. So because the miners' prices are going up all the time, I wanted to pre-order 20 miners. So basically 174 NFTs first, get access to the cheaper miners. So because we can't promise any NFT prices. So we are gonna like look every week, do we have to raise the NFT prices? Because currently we make zero money from the NFT sales. It's almost the same price what we pay. So if you, I think this is
tell me, what is going to be the benefit from, if I want to ape into what you guys are doing, if I love Bitcoin mining, if I appreciate that you guys are doing it out in Dubai and they're very crypto friendly, if I know about the team that sits behind you guys and I know about all of their expertise and I want to jump in, do I get benefits from buying more than one NFT?
Yes. Yep. Actually, if you buy 12 NFTs now, it's going to be really limited time because we can't offer it a long time. So you get one for free. So basically, your cost is $304 per NFTs if you buy over 12 NFTs. And I can say my cost is to provide that is $295. So you can make your math. Do I make any money from NFTs? No. But this is what I want to provide for people who is really want to support us from the start. I want to do it.
Right, understood. And it's a tiered system, right? So for 1, you get a t-shirt by the look of it. If you buy 3, you get a hoodie. 6, you can get a Nano S. You get both? Okay, t-shirt has to be off. They're stacked.
Everything.
Okay, so you're stacking those as well. Great. Okay. In terms of obviously there are no guarantees in this space, and some people have disclaimers saying that there are no guarantees. So one of the things that I did notice with the disclaimers that it is very much saying, we're not going to be responsible for any losses. We're not responsible for, the NFT represents, it's a specific voucher. It's a voucher for a specific hash rate. It doesn't represent anything else. In terms of people that might be a little bit worried, they are looking for guarantees, and they're saying, well, what is the team going to be able to provide us that knows we're a bit more secure than other projects? What do you guys say in return to that?
Aaron, do you want to take that? Or...
So I think Mad Hatter, I think, hey, I'm around in several mining projects. I got a lot of contacts, right? A lot of people know me. Roop and Vlad's here. I've seen them around everywhere as well. We're not going anywhere. We're miners. We're gonna nerd this out to the end. We're offering people a very simple entry. You don't have to worry about any electrical build out. You don't have to worry about anything else. Let us do the work. Let our team, let our guys at A6Z build this out quickly for us, and hey, we're going to be here through a flippening, through the next halving, right? This halving, the next halving, we're going to be here. We're going to keep doing this.
So for the most part, what you're saying is your presence so far is and should be an indicator of how you guys are going to work moving forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And you can say, even if the project doesn't catch on really well, we can do this as a private group and just continue as a private group because we have the site, and then build on that. We can just extend it. So is it the first 3 years we have paid for, and then after that point we can pay every year. And
it's monthly payment after 3 years. Monthly payment. And
actually there's one possibility, right? If everything goes as we could hope, it could be a possibility to even sell the site one day, because actually that can give much more than the mining and the liquidation can give potentially, because it's only these two entities that are allowed to mine at that low power cost. So but again, this is not something we have included, because it's something that's up to community vote and also an estimate, of course. Is it really worth to sell the site, up everything? But anyway,
so there's a potential eventuality that, let's say you get a year in, you've still got 2 years left on your committed lease, knowing that you can then go to monthly rolling, which effectively gives you license to month in, month out, move to a different site if you want to, or go off site. Let's say in a year's time, somebody comes in and says, we want to buy the lease from you, the 2-year lease and the monthly rolling. You guys will pitch that to the community. You'll say, this is what we've been offered. This is what it will be worth to all of us. Shall we have a vote as to whether or not this is a direction we want to go?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That can be a possibility. So I just played with the calculator I shared just for fun. If you would buy one NFT at the whitelist price, if Bitcoin was at the rate it is approximately today, so something like 42, you can estimate to have a total earning on $749.
Right.
If the difficulty doesn't change, if the Bitcoin price stays the same. So that's the thing, right? These are the two uncertainties we have. That's why we guarantee the 10 terahash. So the miners will be running, and the treasury will secure. If anything breaks down, we replace it. As just a brief example, when we were down in Monopoly's site, there was one miner that was broken down. The next morning, they picked it up, and 2 days after, it came back, repaired, and was running again. And so that's really how this team operates, and that's why we run with them extremely efficient, that everything is dealt with and monitored.
Yeah, so they're fixing really fast everything.
Yeah, but the guarantee is back to, since we don't know if BlackRock is suddenly putting all their liquidity into mining and the difficulty will double or triple. We can see how it has developed. So I can, if anyone's interested, anyway, there's of course lots of graphs that show how the difficulty is developing, and that's the major part of the cost or the actual payout.
The thing is with the difficulty is the thing, like every company who's making the miners like Bitmain, they know it already. They know they have to do better machines. And if difficulty goes up, like next year is coming S21 machines, 200 terahash, only 3000 watts of power. It's almost a half a power per terahash, maybe. Yeah, if you get it what I mean. So you are making more Bitcoin with those machines, but of course it's going to be really expensive at start. And like, I think the machine providers are ready to provide more offensive machines.
Right.
Is it right?
Yeah. Business, yeah.
So, you know, for the simple-minded people like myself, I'm a simple-minded individual. What should I be excited about? One of the things that I'm sure people are going to want to know from you guys is, where do you speculate Bitcoin is at in 12 months, 24 months time? Because let's face it, you wouldn't be doing Bitcoin mining if you didn't anticipate the price increase. And I'm sure people
Well,
aren't going to
actually, yeah. Just to with the numbers I put in, saying okay, difficulty will go up through the year, but
Yeah.
it will not be much less Bitcoin you will be getting if it continues to trend. If you from $340 can earn 749, and that's based on the price we have now. Let's just say it goes to 68. Well, it doesn't change a lot actually, because the main part of the earning comes from the revenue of the liquidation.
Right. Yes, I was going to get onto that. So the liquidation is something that you guys are also going to be looking at. But again, in order to get the best revenue from that liquidation, you want the price to be high. So if I really kind of tease you guys a little and ask you to kind of give me where you think, I don't want a specific price. I'm not asking you to do chart analysis, but where do you guys anticipate Bitcoin will be 12 to 20 months, 4 months from now?
I can start. Personally, I think it will be $100,000 to $300,000, because all the hype around Bitcoin and because of the dollar, because of the euro, and everything is just like, if you have people following the US dollar, it's yeah, we know what's happening. So, and all the ETFs and everything. So I think my bet is 150,000 really soon.
Okay.
And
Great.
I'm much more pessimistic, honestly. I think we are currently running the whole ETF hype, and that's leading to. I have a fear that we will see the dump from BlackRock and the likes, simply because that's a much better starting point for them, having a low price, and they have the power to do that. So I'm a little afraid that will happen short term, but that will be around the new year, I think, because that's where it's estimated that the ETF will be approved. Looking at if we follow trends on when we have the bottoms and when we have the tops, we should see actually the next top on the 17th of April in 25. So everything is so much up in the air, because
you have to bet.
With the current price, can we continue to go up until April in almost 1.5 years?
Right.
that would be crazy, right? So if we would do that, then of course the price should be much higher than the last high.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you.
But again, going into that, I don't want to speculate on the price, because at the end, that's the bonus you get from doing this. I think the liquidation, when we say we are at the top, when the price is the highest, that's where we should liquidate. And at that part, if you get $800 or something like that for each NFT, well, then it's bonus to get a little Bitcoin, of course.
Right.
In that time.
Understood. Yes, thank you. Hey, Aaron.
Hey,
how about you?
all right. So yeah, let's get back to your what should people be excited about, right? So here's what people should be excited about. They should be excited about a 3.9 cent rate. They should be excited about S19K pros, right? The terahash, the efficiency of the machine, and honestly not having to worry at all about the halving, right? Regardless of difficulty, it is going to be a difficulty war after April 19th when we hit that point, right? You're going to see difficulty all over the place. People that are in the United States, these big companies that are at 6 cents and above, they're going to be in trouble, and they're going to be shutting off. They're going to be turning on, shutting off, turning on, because the first couple months after the halving is going to be a mess for all these miners, that anybody over 6 cents. And you know what? We're going to sit there and we're going to be fine. And we're just going to enjoy the show, right? And you know, up to the halving, I think we're gonna see a $60,000-$70,000 Bitcoin, right? And this 10 terahash, if you just have one NFT, right, it's going to be incredible. Now, if you have 12, which is basically like having your own machine, you're going to get one free. It's like having a machine plus another tenth of a machine. Right? It's like you have your own S19K Pro sitting there at 3.9 cents doing its thing, and you don't have to do anything. You sit back and collect the rewards monthly. That's it. Bitcoin, native Bitcoin, right in your wallet. You don't have to worry about anything else.
Right. I think that's a good point that you raise, is the competitive prices that you guys are able to get in terms of power. I think that's key, right? And that's obviously why you've set up where you've set up. That and the experience of the team that sits behind you is also something that people can get excited about, because it does mean you have bright minds, especially in this particular sector, to lean back on, ask questions of, and bring in for help as and when you need it. You guys already alluded to and said, repairs on miners happen very, very quickly, so your downtime should, in theory, be kept to an absolute minimum, I guess is what you guys are telling us with that. Someone's asked here, and it's a good question, is why do people need to renew their membership every year?
Yeah, so that's back to the whole community we're building, because I asked actually Roop the same. It's also back to, it depends on how many NFTs you buy. If you buy 1%, wise, it's becomes a significant cost. If you buy the 12 and get one miner free or one NFT free, well, then it doesn't matter really. But it's the guarantee that we can keep this community as a known and in a way closed community for every miner. Every time we order miners, well, and then we kind of close it through every period there. So it's a good way to keep it. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, it's important to think, like, if you want to get mining 3.9 cents power rate, normally you need a lot of money. You need $500,000 money or anything, like you need to pay really expensive NFTs, like, or anything. So if $30 is too much to get access to everything, you have to think about, are you in the right track, man? Like, and the other thing is like, it's one of the reasons is legal reasons, because we want to be club.
Right, understood. Okay. All right, it's coming to the end of the half hour, so I'm going to ask you guys 2 questions that you can all answer, which is, what do you think your biggest obstacle is going to be for CobraX Mining moving forward?
Excuse me, your microphone is a little bit robot.
But I heard it anyway. So the biggest obstacle in succeeding, I think it's getting this out I mean, it's the thing that monopolies struggled with, and why they, in principle, are not expanding anymore because people didn't join. I think that the thing we can have is we are currently to my knowledge, the only company that offers to be part of projects without raising 50,000 or something like that from the beginning.
Right.
So hopefully that will empower us to grow, because we really think this is something everybody should be enjoying.
Okay, great. Is my sound a bit better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Does anybody else foresee any other obstacles, or do you guys think that that is the main obstacle? Hey, Aaron, how about you?
No, I think look, A6Z is a big company. They have a lot of institutional partners. They didn't need to do this, right? But it was a barrier that they kind of broke down for retail and gave everybody a great rate. And look, they're doing it for us, and they're there for us, and we're glad to have their support. But as far as issues, yeah, none at all. I think people realize, they'll remember us, and yeah, we'll do fine.
Great. I think that's a very good slogan that you guys should really dial into, which is that they've broken down the barrier for retail. I think that's something that's very important, and a message that needs to come across more maybe is that it really is designed for people to get access to Bitcoin mining at a reasonable cost, to be earning rewards, as well as looking forward to when you guys liquidate. So even shutting down the process is going to yield people some form of reward.
Can I give my another 10 cents?
Of course,
Guys,
you can.
if you can find me one project what is selling NFTs now and they're providing more rewards currently versus investments, I will give you $10 if you provide that to me.
Okay. I like that. I'm sure the challenge is going to be accepted by a bunch of people. All right. So my last question: what are you guys most looking forward to? There's going to be something in this process, and I ask most people this when I sit down and talk to them. There's going to be something in this process that you guys must be looking forward to, and I'm really keen to hear what each of you are looking forward to in terms of a benchmark that you might want to get to, be it personal, be it company wide. Where is your moment going to be when you finally say to yourselves, you know what, I'm going to congratulate myself. I'm going to have a glass of whiskey or a glass of wine or a Diet Cola, whatever it is that you drink, and I'm going to enjoy this moment.
My personal goal is to offer Bitcoin mining. Like, we are going to start with NFTs, but my goal is to offer mining with, like, if you go to the website, you can click your miner, choose your miner, buy it from us. We are going to set up it like easiest way as possible. It's my goal.
Great. Okay, thank you.
My
Ninja?
success criteria is when everybody gets the liquidation value paid out.
Mm-hmm.
When we are at that stage, we've seen one full cycle, and everybody is thrilled to have double their money or more in that time.
Right.
Well, then I'm really happy.
Great.
Yeah,
I like that.
Also to artists, like, my success will come from if everybody is making money. I'm happy. Everyone is happy. We all make money. It's my success.
Yeah, ROI, and I like the fact that Ninja, you said your success criteria. It's a criteria that you set for yourself that you're working towards.
Sure.
I like that. Very well worded. Aaron, you get the final word on this. What are you most looking forward to?
Okay, so
Being called
I
Aaron,
think
probably.
I like to see the light bulb go off in people's heads, right, when they finally get it and realize like how great of an opportunity it is. So that's rewarding. Look, stacking as much Bitcoin as possible is rewarding, and this is great for everyday people because not everybody gets a chance at something like this. So yeah, I want to see all of us succeed. We all need to work together. everybody's
Right.
got a little miner in them somewhere that support the technology. So yeah, I'm excited to get people in.
Great. Well, thank you, gentlemen. I've had you here for now just over 30 minutes. I am going to do something I'm sure the rest of the Pillars team are going to be screaming at their computers in a second, but I'm going to do something I don't normally do, which is I'm going to reach out to you guys privately. I'm going to set up a group. I am going to ask you guys to come back in, maybe in a week or a week and a half's time, just for a catch-up chat. We'll arrange something, we'll work something out, maybe at a slightly different time, to see if we can reach some more people with what you guys are doing. But yeah, I'm going to reach out to you guys, see if we can work something out and bring you back in, just to get your perspective after the sale has opened up, see how you guys are feeling. Perhaps you've done a couple more AMAs then, and we can talk about how they went. But I'd be really interested to get you back in for another brief chat at some point if you guys are okay with it.
Of
awesome.
course, anytime.
Awesome. Yeah.
Great. Perfect. Well, it's been a pleasure having you in. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I look forward to speaking to you guys again very soon. We're going to start the giveaway now. And as everybody that's listening knows, to be eligible, you've got to jump into the Discord. The link is sitting in the community questions as we speak. So please do jump in, ask questions. I've been looking at their Discord. I've been jumping in to see if they're answering questions, and they do. They even apologize for not answering quick enough, and they answer pretty quick. So I think it's all running smoothly on that front. It's been a pleasure. Next time, can the two handsome gentlemen not have their cameras on so I don't feel quite so intimidated? And
So
yeah, I look forward to seeing how tomorrow goes. The pre-sale obviously starting tomorrow. People can jump in to get those benefits, and we'll catch up in about a week and a half time.
Yeah. Thanks. It was
Thank
really
you,
nice
guys.
to be here, and
It was a pleasure.
Pleasure
you're
to
nice
meet you
guys.
guys. All right, you guys have a good evening. Take care.
Yeah, to you.
Take care.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Bye.